If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. As I document on this channel all the time, comedy is often used by the mainstream media, by these talking heads like Stephen Colbert, Saturday Night Live, whoever out there on television. Comedy is used to deflect attention off of real issues. Comedy is used to discredit truth. And that is one of the things that Saturday Night Live constantly does. They ran a skit on Saturday Night Live last night featuring Donald Trump, Alec Baldwin playing Donald Trump. Everybody goes gaga over this garbage. I guess this is comedy to the masses. It's pretty boring if you ask me. But it was just another hint at Project Bluebeam as they were talking about an alien invasion. For those of you that don't know about Project Bluebeam or the Bluebeam Project, which is another CIA operation, Project Bluebeam, long story short, which has many layers to it. You'd have to do, extensive research on it. But long story short, involves a fake alien invasion, projections, sound up in the sky. People have already reported on seeing tests done with Project Bluebeam around the world, where they see holograms in the sky and all sorts of weird shapes and symbols and sounds that they hear. Because this is an operation that they have planned to create a fake alien invasion. Now, we don't know when this will occur because this has been something they've been working on for a long time. But the plan for a fake alien invasion has obviously been beaten into society's brain, or the brains of society, since the advent of the television, when the first programs were coming out about alien invasions and Star Trek and Star Wars and UFOs and all of these really, creatures from outer space. The propaganda has been in place since television was introduced to the world. And that's for a reason. To create the fear of a potential attack from a quote-unquote alien race. Now, like I say all the time, it's pretty embarrassing that we have people that actually believe aliens are real, that they come from Mars and different planets. Demons are real, demonic possession is real. But sadly, if you talk about demonic possession, society would laugh at you and say that's not real. But aliens are, despite zero evidence of ever seeing an alien by anyone ever. Nonetheless, the plan for this fake alien invasion would be to bring in a new world order. We've heard Ronald Reagan say it in the past, talking about potentially the only way to align the whole world, to get everyone on the same page, would be a threat from outer space, a threat from a different race that was non-human. Think about that, right? A threat from, aliens coming from afar. So put our differences aside as humans and let's all band together, which leads to a new world order. So Project Bluebeam has lots of different parts, including fake messiahs have been written into, the CIA operation here, Project Bluebeam, that they're going to try to create a version of God that would speak to people through these holograms, these 3D global holographic stage shows that they plan on putting on. But this is just more hinting at that stuff as they continue to indoctrinate people with the belief in life in outer space. I mean, these people can't even get to the moon. And they've somehow convinced people that they have gotten to the moon. And they're now convincing people that they can get to Mars. And they're convincing people that all these planets are popping up because they show some fake imagery from NASA. And everybody gets on board and believes it. So then they go, ooh, NASA says that they found 4 new planets. And possibly there could be life on those planets. So people go, oh, yes, interesting. Nobody calls BS on it. When it is total BS. They can't even get to the moon, for crying out loud. So they put these fake images out of what's supposedly out there. NASA, of course, is one of the biggest hoaxes of all time. One of the biggest scams that's ever been created. It is a complete front. That's what it is. Nonetheless, Donald Trump in this skit, is at a military base because aliens have now attacked the human race. So they're creating, this kind of fear, but they're planting seeds, right? Oh, but Trump's incompetent. How would we fight against alien life? And of course, what does he have to tie into this? Not just even talking about the hints of Project Bluebeam, which is, clearly planting seeds, which they've been doing since television, like I said, has come out, that there's some type of alien attack. We should be fearful of what's out there. It's all a psyop. But what does he have to mention? He mentions alien shapeshifters. He says, well, aliens have been on Earth for a long time. Shape-shifting aliens, lizard people, that type of thing, which is commonplace. They use that all the time when they're trying to discredit conspiracy theorists or conspiracy theories or people out there who are exposing the truth. They always will bring up shape-shifting reptilian people because it makes people instantly roll their eyes and go, okay, these tinfoil hat wearers, that's one of the things that they'll do. That's why when I bring up, which I bring up almost in every video, these pedo rings, which is the core of the occult and Satanism, which nobody seems to want to talk about too much out there. The mainstream media will never bring attention to it, but they link in people like myself into these conspiracy theory categories of people who are out saying that, Justin Bieber's shape-shifting before their eyes and all of this stuff. And then they link in these pedo rings, which is extremely serious and extremely terrifying. And they link it in there and they just immediately dump it together and then discredit it. Same with the Sasquatch. Right? No offense to anyone out there that loves the Sasquatch or believes in it. They lump this stuff together, which takes the attention off of serious issues that are real, like pedophilia, like these satanic pedo rings and these satanic covens that do this stuff. So they have shape-shifting and all this stuff in there to immediately discredit anything that comes with it. And of course, what do they link to it? He says the guy says, where do you get all your news from? The CIA, he said, did you get this information from the CIA or the FBI? Which is an absolute joke because the CIA is the most corrupt organization of Satanists in the world, in my belief. Every single thing that's happened in the United States of America is linked to the CIA. You name the event and there's CIA attachment to it. Whether you want to, go up and down the line with MK Ultra mind control. You want to go to Waco? You want to go to Jonestown? You want to talk about these satanic pedo rings and the Finders cult? All this stuff linked to the CIA, but nobody cares. The illegal drug trade, who's behind it? The CIA and George Bush Sr. and all these corrupt cowards that hide behind the Central Intelligence Agency name when they're not, when they're really Satanists. So they say, where are you getting this from? The CIA or the FBI? As if those are credible sources. Give me a break. The CIA and the FBI is as credible as BuzzFeed. But he says, no, I didn't get the information from there. I got it from Alex Jones and INFOWARS. Because they're always going to lump Alex Jones with all of us. Because Alex Jones is doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's playing the left-right paradigm that the Republicans and the Democrats and all this stuff is real, but there's this new world order out there. But, this is still somehow a republic. And people buy into it. So Jones is supposed to be like the face of all of this. We're all supposed to be like, underneath the Jones umbrella. When in reality, that is not true. Even though he does give you doses of truth. Because all of these people give doses of truth. Anybody really with common sense knows what the agenda is with Alex Jones and the fact that he covers and doesn't talk about Zionism or the Jews' involvement in all this stuff or the Talmud. And when anyone brings it up to him, he goes crazy over it because his sponsors and the people who fund INFOWARS are Zionist Jews. So we don't even need to get into that. But this is how they, create this comedy effect and then label everything fake news. Because Alex Jones and there's been reptiles here shape-shifting. And then they talk about how Alex Jones rips his shirt off on his shows. I guess apparently Alex Jones takes his shirt off. I don't know. I haven't seen this. Obviously I don't follow Alex Jones, but I haven't seen him taking off his shirt. But they make reference to Alex Jones ripping off his shirt. Stephen Colbert even brought up INFOWARS and Alex Jones this week or a week and a half ago. Because he's going to be the face for this. And that's how they're going to link Trump, and then they're going to create this illusion that Trump is alt-right, that he's one of us, that he's out here he's out here trying to get the truth out and take down the New World Order. This is part of the deception that's going on. So you obviously have them pushing Jones. He's going to get bigger and bigger as Trump continues through his presidency. Jones and INFOWARS is going to grow. And then what's going to happen, which is scary, is that people are going to believe that this is the alt-right movement that's going against the New World Order, and they're going to get led right down that path. So be careful if you're somebody who supports it. Listen, I always say it. Use your own discernment and follow whoever you want. I'm not one to tell you unless I believe fully the person's a shill or a Satanist. And those people I've covered on this channel and done videos on because they're anti-Christian, frauds. And there's plenty of them out there who do no actual research or work and who are just complete frauds who are here to lead you away from truth. But just be careful with who you listen to. I'm not right about every single thing. Nobody is. But there are people out there who are deliberately trying to lead you away from what's going on and falling into this paradigm of left versus right and believing in this nonsense is only going to end up bad, in my opinion, for anyone out there that wants to buy into it. Because they're playing into the hand and they're playing into the mindset of the truther out there with this Alex Jones stuff. So again, they have to reference him here. Colbert's been referencing him. Jones is becoming bigger and bigger in the mainstream, and they're pretty much the mainstream is going to label him as fake news. So when Jones touches on topics like Satanism and the occult, people are immediately going to discredit it, and they're going to point out him talking about shapeshifters, him ripping his shirt off, acting like a lunatic, and it's going to discredit a lot of the work that people are doing to try to expose these pedo rings, these satanic cults and covens, which are really the core of all this, and of course the Zionists' involvement and the Jesuits' involvement, these things that he really doesn't touch too much on. But that is why you're going to hear his name get spit out in the mainstream like this, and you're going to have Trump say stuff about how he supports INFOWARS. This is to lead all of these people who are think that they're truthers into believing in this alt-right movement, which is just another part of the false paradigm that they've created. So this is them not only pushing that, but hinting at Project Bluebeam again with an alien invasion coming, which they've been doing for such a long period of time, and what are we going to do when it happens? And people buy into this stuff. It's just another CIA operation. It's just more mind control on the masses, and somehow people fall for this stuff. Why don't you tell NASA to go back to the moon first? Can they get there? Oh, wait, they've never been. So, yeah, we have life on other planets and all this stuff that they claim. Give me a break. It's a complete joke, and so is Project Bluebeam. Don't fall into believing the deception of alien invasions and UFOs when our government is behind the flying objects you might see in the sky. Okay? Their technology is so advanced you wouldn't believe what they have hidden from us. They are decades ahead with the weapons that they have, with the technology that they have, and being able to create things like this, which they have planned for us. I don't know when it's going to happen. It might not be in our lifetime, but they have it planned, unless they scrap that plan and somehow could just usher in the New World Order the way things are going right now, which wouldn't surprise me, because it seems like people want a New World Order because they don't want confrontation. They want tolerance of everything. So they might not even need Project Bluebeam to get it, because especially here in America, society is just so dumbed down. They pretty much can do what they want. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.